Hey guys, it's Rach, the roller derby witch. Gonna do a little spiel about some of the witchy jewelry that I have been making for my Franken Cupcake Etsy shop. I've had a huge response doing Comic Cons, small local Comic Cons with this stuff, as well as my roller derby games and other events where they let me schlep up a table and hawk my wares while everybody skates or everybody hangs out or whatever it is. And these are witchy, so they go well with my channel and with my followers. So here is the first one, black and white anatomical heart. Very simple. These are all made of shrink plastic, and they are made with black. Well, this one's made with black coated stainless steel chain and findings. Findings are like the hook and the little loops and stuff that you make jewelry with. These go for $10. If I wouldn't pay $20 for something, I'm not going to charge you $20 for something. I would totally pay $10 for this. All DLD, wear it all day. Oh, this is kind of the size, just so you can see. These are big. These are statement necklaces. These are, look at my anatomical heart on my neck. I originally started making anatomical hearts because I had a friend from college who became a heart surgeon. And she wanted something big and amazing to wear, and she wanted me to make it because we went to college together. I started making jewelry in college. She started being interested in hearts in college. I don't know. So that's why I originally started making them, but I think they're just cool and creepy enough that witchy folks might like them too. All right, here's another black and white one. Mostly black with little white details on a silver chain to kind of, I put the silver chain on it, just try to make the white details come out a little bit more. This one's a bit more creepy than the other black and white one. I like it. This one is purplish with some blue and black, pink, little highlights on a black chain. And I can put any color chain on any of these, but this is just kind of what I chose aesthetically to show them. This one looks like it's like royal blue, but it's actually like a turquoise. Like that makes it look royal blue, but it's more like a dark turquoise. And with the black kind of accents of veins and vessels and things like that. So I think they're red. All right, and the final heart is not an anatomical heart. It's not even a witchy heart for most of us, but it's a sacred heart. And it's flaming, and it's barbed wire, and it's dripping blood, and there's a fiery, hellish, Beltane fire, Samhain fire looking background, one on silver, one on black. So, oh, I did that wrong. One on silver, one on black. And so, I mean, I know a few practitioners who are Christian witches, also who might get into like some Santeria type stuff. And for them, when they saw those necklaces, those are like the second or third round that I've made of those, because those friends have purchased them. They're like, ooh, I love this. Even though I'm a witch, this is still sacred to me. So, okay, whatever. I will continue making them as long as there is a demand by friends and cool people who want to wear them. All right. These are the coolest, and these sell the absolute fastest when I make them. And they're the only earrings that I have with me today. I gotta get them all untangled because, of course, I am viciously unprepared for this video. Okay, so these are going to be my Ouija planchette earrings. Ooh. You know what? I learned in the past from watching other people show stuff, you put it in your hand. Isn't that freaking rad? There will be better pictures on Etsy when I get them up there. And here's the black, or I mean the silver chain. Maybe this will look better. I don't know. This is a terrible video. I'm doing it on my laptop's webcam, and it's really awful. Nothing else is working today. And here's the other color, which this one is the more popular one around me, because it actually says, why are you doing this? Baltimore, Maryland on it. And of course, I live in Maryland, work in Maryland, know people in Maryland. Why is this doing this? It definitely says Baltimore, Maryland on it. But I have, again, black, black and silver chain. Now, for the earrings, the black ones, they are painted surgical steel, or surgical steel? Yeah, surgical steel. So if you have sensitive ears, these might not be for you because of the paint. But the silver ones, these ear wires are actually sterling silver. Because you know what? I have a niece that has a nickel allergy. So any of the cheesy, cheap kind of jewelry materials that, you know, people use when they try to make, not discount, but like affordable jewelry on Etsy or whatever, um, she gets a reaction. So I decided I was always going to have an earring option that was hypoallergenic, I guess. All right. This one, I like this one. And I'm already sold out of one of them. But I'm going to make more. It's not hard to make more. Boom. Ouija board statement necklaces. One silver, one black. And when I say statement necklace, this thing is big. So this is, look at my Ouija board, look at my Ouija board, ask me about my Ouija board. And oops, I'm getting the wrong chain, getting the other necklace. But yeah, I have sold out of the other design of this in the black because people just love, or in the silver because people just love these. They're big. It's the time of year where people want this kind of stuff. I mean, I want this kind of stuff year round. That's it. And then this one, let me see. Does this one also say Baltimore? No, this one says Salem, Massachusetts, Parker Brothers. This is the one you can buy in like Toys R Us for whatever reason. The, again, antique-y looking, the one you see in all the movies, Ouija board. But you know what's cool about these? Don't even play, because of course, earrings and necklace, you can totally do it. I would not purport that it would work in any kind of meaningful way, but it's fun. It's a fun thing. They are not, there's nothing magical about them other than they are kind of interestingly, magically, I don't know, related because of the whole Ouija thing, but they are not blessed. They're not enchanted. I've never invoked anything on the necklaces. I just make them, and then you do what you want to do. All right, and now for my tarot friends, myself included, because I am a sheeple, I just bought the DC Universe Justice League Tarot. It should be getting here today because I'm a giant nerd, and Eric Silvermoon did such an amazing job reviewing them recently. I got them, and I'm going to learn them, and I'm going to use them because Rider-Waite never sat with me. Tarot Illuminati is beautiful, but it's intimidating for me because of that for some reason. I don't know. But I chose classic Rider-Waite images for my tarot necklaces. Here's the moon on a silver chain. So many of these. It's so cool. And I have the lovers on a silver chain. I have strength on a silver chain. Ooh, the lovers was actually on a black chain. Lied. Okay. I've got the Queen of Wands. Little kitty on it. It's my favorite because it's got a kitty. I have the Empress, which this one printed out in kind of a Monet fashion. So it's a little bit more, I don't know, pixely looking, dotty. I don't know how to explain it. But it's different from most of the other ones. This one too, the full print came out like that too, a little bit more abstract. I mean, it's still the same image, but it's just not the boom that some of these other ones are. All right, we have an example of one of the Wands cards. And a Pentacles. Oh, I dropped one on the floor. A Pentacles, or Pentagram, Pentacles card. Oh my god. And then the Sun. Most of these are major arcana. that I did because they're the most recognizable cards and the easiest to find good copies of. Okay, we have the Chariot, which I always thought was red because it had Sphinx on it. And the Magician, classic, cover of every deck and every tarot book you'll ever find worth anything. The Tower. It's stormy. It's on fire. There's, you know, freaking people falling out of the building. I mean, that's what 2016 has been, hasn't it? 2016 has been the fucking tower, if you ask me. Anyway. Alright, and last but definitely not least, the Hierophant. And I think these are cool. I can do any card, and these are just the ones I chose. I sold out of swords and cups in my last derby game. So, and I haven't had a chance to make any more, but I will be making some more. If you have a card, or even a series of cards, because let me show you something. What I thought about doing was taking a 3 and making like a 3 spread necklace of some kind. But then I thought, I don't want people to think that's their fortune, or that's what their thing is that day if they wear it. And then I don't know, some people take certain meanings to some cards and not the same meaning to other cards. So I just thought, hey, if you've got a favorite card, you've got a card that you pull for yourself all the time, or a card that you'd like to kind of manifest happening, like this card. I pull this card every single effing time I do on my own. Whenever I pull my own cards, I pull that freaking card every single time. I'm not going to wear it because it's a card that I get, but it ain't my favorite card to get. So anyway, next. So I guess when it comes to my jewelry, if you have a design of some kind that you want to wear on your chest, but you just cannot afford to get the tattoo because of money or work or whatever, then I can make that for you. I just have to have a good JPEG or PNG file to do it from, because I have to lighten it and make it to size and everything. Or if you have your own art that you'd like to wear on your neck, yeah, I can make that for you. This is another one that I made. This is a Tasmanian tiger, a thylacine. I do have a series of cryptid animals that I'm going to be posting as well. I didn't bring them today because they were drying at home. I have a the thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger. I used to do Loch Ness Monster, but it's really hard to hold together. It's very breakable and it's not cool. Of course, I have Sasquatch, Bigfoot. I have Goatman, Chupacabra. Almost always I do the lizard Chupacabra. I do Cthulhu, Jersey Devil, Mothman. The Mothman and the Jersey Devil are so cool because they have red, what do you call it? Rhinestone eyes, because those cryptids in all of the reports have shiny red eyes. So I've even done demon chihuahuas and demon rats and demon hedgehogs with the red sparkly eyes. I don't know what's on there right now. I haven't done silhouette animals in a while, but these are also very low price point, $10. Earrings are $8 or 2 for $15. I have some feather earrings, some Star Wars themed earrings and stuff on the Etsy as well. And something else I want to talk about. I'm gonna have to stand up like a jerk and put my butt in your face. Oh, wrinkly pants. I look like an old lady. Something else I have on my Etsy, which I would recommend for anybody who has headaches. I know I've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about them getting headaches from doing readings for other people, for themselves, after doing workings, get real hot and bothered, whatever, achy. These are my rice bags. It's about 4 cups of rice inside of a cloth bag. And you can use them several ways. As you may have recognized, from some of my other videos, I have a son on the autism spectrum. And one of the things that helps those on the autism spectrum is weight. People use weighted blankets, weighted vests, and my son has a issue sitting to read, sitting to do homework. So one of these gets plopped right on his legs while he's sitting at the desk or the table, whatever he's doing his homework, on the couch if he's going to read to me or my husband. gets plopped right there. It's a weight, and it holds it. See, this is so stupid. You can't even. It's a weight on his lap, and it helps him to kind of concentrate and whatever. Something else he does with it. Let me get my phone. This is not quite the right size, but he will prop his iPad up on it and mold it so it sits up, down, flat, whatever. So that's another use for it. But the main use for these rice bags is a hot and cold pack. So, cold pack. Grab a grocery store bag or a giant, those giant gallon freezer bags. Put it inside of that so the fabric does not touch any part of the freezer that might be iced over and get stuck to it and rip, because you don't want cold frozen ass rice in your freezer. And it gets cold like an hour. So if I banged my elbow up at Derby last night. You probably can't see it because I've been putting my other stuff on it. Yeah, right there. I banged my elbow up pretty good. So last night, came home, iced it for 20 minutes, and it's definitely nowhere near the pain, nowhere near the swelling that I had last night. I have a knee injury, an old knee injury, not even from Derby, from helping a teammate move, that sometimes acts up when it's going to rain, when we're going to have weather. I got a weather knee, as my grandmother used to say. You have a weather knee. So if I am going to have practice, but it's raining or it's going to rain, my knee is acting up for about half an hour before practice, I warm this up in the microwave. I have a terrible cheap microwave from a big box store, and it takes like 4 minutes to get mine to the temperature that I like. 2 minutes on one side, flip it, minute on the other side. I have a teammate who has a fancy like $400 microwave, and it takes like 45 seconds for it to get hot. Something else that you can do with it is it's really good for cramps when it's your red tent time of the month, or whatever you call it, the period, the everything that I hate about being a chick is the period. It's really good for cramps. Put it on your cramping areas. Some people have both sides. They need both sides. Here's another one this one's sold out, so I didn't want to show too much of it. Actually, both of these are sold out in the fabric. But I do still have some Sugar Skull stuff and tattoo themed stuff as well on the Etsy. So these are $8 a piece, or I do 2 for $15 or 3 for $20. Now, they're expensive to ship. That's why I do deals on more than one. Pretty much shipping on anything else is going to be pretty cheap. Ugh, my phone's ringing in my office. So I'm going to push pause. They hung up on me. After I basically hung up on you all, they hung up on me. Anyway, rice bags, they're awesome. You know what else I do? My husband likes the house like 60 degrees year round. And right now it's like 40 degrees outside in Maryland. So I heat these up and put them under the blanket with me so my feet don't get cold. These are good for fevers, or I get migraines. My migraines are usually in the back of my neck. If I can catch the migraine with a cold pack, mint oil on my temples, and an Excedrin migraine or whatever migraine medicine I can find, I don't get it. And the cold has a lot to do with it. So they can be cold, they can be hot, they can prop up iPads, and they can help your jittery child have something on their lap to weigh them down. It's not weighing them down in that way. But anyway, so these are my cool products. There's many more things that I don't have with me that I'm not going to show because they're not new and exciting. But that's it. So it's Franken Cupcake on Etsy. It's etsy.com/shop/Franken Cupcake, FrankenCupcake, like Frankenstein, and cupcake, Franken Cupcake, because why not? I'm going to put the link in the down bar. It's already in my description and everything. But bye away, YouTube.